as she held a knife to her own neck.
Oh my gosh. Hi, and welcome to People Often Suck podcast, episode number
6.
I was going to do it in Spanish.
Oh. Take it away, senor.
I actually forgot what it is in Spanish. Let's see. It's ocho? No, that's 8. Well, hey, I get to do episode 8, so I'll remember that when I do episode 8.
Oh, cliffhanger.
Anyhow, welcome to podcast. Welcome to People Often Suck podcast. We are very, very happy that you have
Ecstatic.
That you've come back to join us, which means that we're doing hopefully something right?
Or we're just entertaining enough.
Or they're just wanting to see when we're finally going to slip up and say a bad word.
Oh, but we can edit that out, right?
We can edit that out. Or do a little bleep.
Yeah. Or a little like dolphin noise like SpongeBob.
That's a funny noise. I wish we had it. But welcome. And we wanted to make sure that for those who have who are sticking with us on audio, hopefully you will maybe come over and check us out on YouTube sometime at People Often Suck on the YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd appreciate the views.
You're always about yourself. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I will say,
I'm the most important me.
I'm going to ignore that part, and I'm going to give him a compliment. It's a very nice looking shirt.
Who are you?
Wow. I'm trying to be nice and actually give
you're up to something.
I am not up to something. After editing the first 5 episodes, I realized that I have been picking on your shirts unfairly, and that's just not right. So I'm going to turn over a new leaf.
This is like
turn the flowers towards me.
This is like a New Year resolution. No,
because New Year's resolutions always fall apart within the first 5 to 10 days.
I feel like that's a pretty easy one, though.
To fall apart, or that?
No, to just stick with. Like, hey, I'm going to not insult somebody. Pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
It's something a good person would do, and not a POS.
So you're implying that I was a POS the first 5?
Yes. You suck. Stop sucking.
Everyone,
if you are unclear of your New Year resolution, start simple and just don't suck like TC.
So then you should accept my compliment. I'm being nice.
I'm taking it with a grain of salt.
Yes. And if we only had smell-o-vision.
Go on.
Tom actually showered today.
I shower every day.
That is true. You are very hygienically clean.
Yeah.
But I don't know why you decided to shower yourself with a very nice aroma of whatever cologne you're wearing, because it's just me. I
can't just smell nice for me?
No, because
yes, you can. You can treat yourself just for yourself, It's okay. It's allowed. In fact, I encourage that. Everyone out there, treat yourself. Smell nice. Just for you.
Okay, so back to the start of our actual podcast here. I hope that by now you have found us to be somewhat entertaining. Did you burn your mouth?
No.
Somewhat entertaining enough that you are sharing us, our Facebook, Instagram, X accounts, or just simply the link to our podcast, whether it's on YouTube or any of the audio platforms. But share us with your friends, your family.
Mm-hmm.
I think you pointed out in one of the previous episodes, even your coworkers, around the water cooler, if anybody actually does that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And tell them about what a really cool podcast this is. because we don't just do the normal. I know it's true crimes, and there's a bazillion true crimes podcasts out there, but is there one just as fun and entertaining and bantering, and sometimes as raw as we are?
I mean, yeah, oftentimes the ones I see, it's just somebody narrating, which is fine.
Yeah.
But, you know, we don't all need to hear doom and gloom, you know?
No. But we don't know our stories.
Correct.
So when we share them, it is, when you see the reaction from either one of us, it is true raw reaction, because we don't know the stories that we've brought to the table.
Right. The idea is not to gross each other out. I mean,
No.
that seems too easy.
Well, we did gross some people out in season 1, so
Yeah.
we've learned to try to
We're trying to
tailor
Yeah.
our words so we're not as
trying
grotesque.
to keep it PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is no denying the fact that there are POSs out there.
Yeah. But we also want to highlight the good people, which is what we do at the end, in case you're new here.
Exactly. We want to end on a positive note, right?
Yeah. I think we need to bring in more positivity. I mean, honestly, on a little side note, I know I handle the X account, but I have not been on there very much lately.
Yeah, so
it's
you
just,
suck about that too.
It's just, sometimes it just is so depressing to go on there.
Oh, just to see. Yes.
I honestly, I am trying to find the good, happy posts, and it's like a needle in a stack of needles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I know. Because sadly, this world is filled with a lot of POSs.
Yes, but what do they say? Sunlight is the best disinfectant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
So,
And medically speaking, that's actually, there's factual truth about that.
so right before we jump in, who are you?
I am TC,
Of-
and TC of Planet
The
Zonar. I'm
TC of the house.
the House of Maniacs. I'm not quite sure. And then I have my wonderful co-host here.
Tom. And
Oh, you're going to share it. Go ahead.
I just want everyone to know where I'm coming from.
Oh, please.
I feel that we cinematically peaked at Sharknado.
You're an idiot. I'm sorry.
Have you
I'm going to call that one out. Are you serious?
have you seen anything good come out since then?
Since Sharknado?
Yeah.
Anaconda. It just was out.
Anaconda.
Yes, with Jack Black.
News to me. Again, I kind of cut off after Sharknado. 'cause
And by the way,
it's peaked.
I'm joking about Anaconda. It looked like a stupid movie. So,
But it's supposed to purposely be stupid.
oh well, then maybe. Oh, was it really like the original one?
Well, no, the original one was trying to be serious, I think.
Oh, because that was kind of a
That
joke.
was bad.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really bad. But Sharknado?
Yeah, we peaked. That's it. Sorry, Hollywood.
Oh my gosh!
You flew too close to the sun. That's it. What are we getting at? We're getting a bazillion Marvel movies. We're getting 20 Avatar movies. We
And
got
they're getting-
no creative ideas.
and they're getting better and better with each version. Because how many different ways can we be told that? I'm not going to go into it. Anyways,
Anyway, story number 1.
I
Sorry
can't-
for that.
I can't wait to share this first story.
Oh, yes,
with
you told me. You
I
were
know.
so
I,
excited.
I actually texted him, and then he was rude about it. He's like, "I don't care."
I didn't say I didn't care. I just said I wouldn't have known either way.
I know, but until I texted you, I wanted you to know that
And-
I bumped this story up in my lineup because it's such a cool story.
You went all the way to Florida just to get the story.
And it's not even about Florida.
Well, I mean, have you heard of the internet? You know, you don't have to travel to other places to get the scoop.
So, to give proper context here, yes, I was not too long ago in Florida. I took my mom on a vacation, see family and friends out there. and one of my friends out there who has contributed a previously really cool story as well that got you pretty good on that one.
Which one?
The snake bite in the...
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. Twist ending.
Yeah. So this one is from, again, Mike Bounds. He has a plethora of very unique stories. I mean, after all, he used to write, I think the Ghost Tours used to be down in San Diego. And so he's just a wealth of random knowledge of unique stories and things like that. And he loves old Hollywood, which this isn't necessarily about old Hollywood, but it is an oldie from the past yet again. But it's a story that I had to bump up because it's unbelievable that this took place back then. This would be like something that would happen today. This would be something that that Law and Order would probably cover.
Bump, bump.
Today, not back then. Literally over 100 years ago.
I mean, the way Law and Order has been on the television set for like 50 years. It
seems like it.
It is entirely possible that they did an episode based on whatever you're about to say.
And don't they have like 7 different variations of Law and Order now?
Yeah. Well, there's so much law and so much order that they were
I think they have Law and Order Nursery School now.
Johnny stole the apple juice.
Yeah, those kids, they're rough. Well, I'll go ahead and start off. Now, there's actually a lot of info here, so I'm going to try to like barrel through this as quickly as I can. Don't look at the clock. Don't look at the clock.
We've been
I know.
dragging our heels here.
I know we have. So this
Sorry.
might be a little bit of a longer episode. So as I started off, I say this is an oldie but a goodie, and that is for sure. So we're going to go back to the early part of the last century for this one, when things were looser. Why did I say messier? That's it. Things were looser, messier, and somehow even stranger than they are now. This is how weird and crazy the story was back then. So technically, the story started in 1880. Briefly. Because that's when the woman named, Walburga Korschel, I think that's right, was born. But she'd later go by Dolly. Thank you for switching that to Dolly. And eventually earned the nickname the Queen of Los Angeles. And you'll understand how she got that nickname later on. But eventually, Dolly, at one point, married a very wealthy textile manufacturer named Fred William Ostrich.
You know what?
What?
I think I know this story.
No.
You want to know something else?
What?
I was actually going to use the story.
You were going to do this story?
Last season.
And you didn't.
And I didn't because it is, like you said, there's a lot of information.
I'm trying to go through this as quickly as I can.
It is very convoluted. And I'm like, I don't know if I could tell this story and it makes sense.
Well, we're going to try here.
Go for it.
Okay. So, oh man, that kind of bums me out. Okay, so Walburga got married to Fred, became Walburga Ostrich. They're German. And so, but here's where things get a little uncomfortable right away, because when Dolly went to go work in the textile factory, she was only 12 years old.
Yeah, it's a different time.
He did not marry her at the age of 12. So she went to work at the age of 12, working in the textile factory. It does not go into detail as to at what point Fred and Dolly kind of had eyes for each other, but obviously they had eyes for each other before 18 because they got married when she was 17.
Wow, he managed to wait that long.
Yeah, apparently. Different times. Still gross, though. I literally wrote that down here, by the way. So from the outside, the marriage, it looked pretty solid and everything. The couple was wealthy. Dolly, surprisingly popular with the factory workers. There were times, Fred was not known as a very well-liked person. He was very distant. And many times Dolly ended up being the peacemaker between Fred and the factory workers. Perhaps she was a little too friendly. Anyhow, so on paper, life was comfortable. It was good. She had money. She had influence. But Dolly wasn't actually all that innocent at a young age. Sadly, there were many rumors that were swirling around that she had many lovers. But Dolly wasn't, let's just say at one point, where does his name? Then in 1913, so we're still over 100 years away ago that this happened. In 1913, when Dolly was 33, she met Otto Sandhuber. He was 17. Seems to be a common theme here. He was a repair machinist for sewing machines. Obviously, works very well in a textile factory. So Dolly invited him over to fix her sewing machines at home.
I bet.
Fix her sewing machines at home.
They had sex.
Okay. Yeah, they did. They had sex. So,
crazy 1900 style.
Yeah, it did not stay. Literally put down. It did not stay innocent. You're like, they had sex. Thank you.
I'm just calling balls and strikes.
Sure, they called them balls. Okay, so the two quickly began an intense affair, sex, as Tom puts it, when the neighbor started to notice that Otto is coming over frequently. So Dolly had to come up with a quick story. Mm-hmm. So she basically told the neighbors that he was a vagabond half-brother that was visiting. Do you know what the next story was that she told them?
Told the neighbors?
Yeah. Or no, sorry. Not the what she told the neighbors the next story. Do you know what she did next, thinking that the vagabond half-brother story probably isn't going to hold up? See how well you remember the story.
I mean, it was just like
it's literally.
I don't want to spoil anything, but there's like bits and pieces. Like I said, this was a very convoluted story.
Yes. So the explanation to her neighbors, I mean, it bought some time, but it wasn't going to be a long-term fix to that, because at some point a neighbor's going to end up telling Fred, hey, I didn't realize she has a half brother that keeps coming over. And he's going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah. So
she
basically
had Otto
live in the attic.
Yes. Gosh damn it. You know this story.
Yep.
So Otto moved into the attic, unbeknownst to Fred. And apparently it was a nice, spacious attic, obviously big enough for somebody to be able to walk around in and all that. So she gave him, she gave him a cot. Very nice. So he didn't have to live or sleep on the floor. Food, a lamp, books, and writing supplies. Apparently he wrote during the day, or actually he wrote, and Dolly would take his stuff and mail it out. I'm assuming it doesn't really say, but probably to publishers or whatever for, consideration. During the day, he quietly helped around the house. At night, he lived in total silence, literally above their bedroom. Kind of weird. There was a Law and Order episode, which I really don't watch Law and Order. Just happened to have come across this one episode where Law and Order is based on actual real crime situations. There was somebody who was living in the attic in this one episode. And I'm like, that's just creepy. Thank God I know nobody's in the attic here. So
That you know of.
Oh, I know there's nobody up there. There's not any room up there for them. So, so he's living in the attic during the day. He's coming out and helping her around the house and cleaning her pipes and.
Don't be crude.
I'm sorry, 1913. You're right. They were much more prim and proper back then. So at some point later on, this is just a little bit of a precursor down the road when things started to really come out more about this whole situation. Later on, Otto would actually describe himself as Dolly's sex slave, claiming that they had sex up to 8 times a day.
That is exhausting.
Well, remember at the time, he was probably 18, 19, 20-year-old. Come on, guys at that time.
I mean, still, like, the heart could be willing, but, I mean, the body can only endure so much before it just gives out.
And this was before the blue pill.
Yeah.
So anyhow, Fred had zero idea that Otto was living
Poor
in
Fred.
the attic. In 1918, Fred's business kind of slowed there. Where they were living back in the Midwest. And so he decided that, Dolly, we're going to pack up and move to Los Angeles and take a try out there.
So, there is a part of the story that was left out.
Oh, do tell.
Well, see, what was his name again? Upstairs?
Otto.
So, Otto wasn't quite as quiet as he would have liked to be, because they would hear noises. Fred would notice things would go either missing or be moved, things that he knew Dolly was not responsible for. So it was believed that there were maybe ghosts in this house. At least that's what Dolly would try to play it off as. Now, did this story also include how she was being robbed?
No, it didn't. No, I didn't see anything about that.
So the story I read was she was being robbed, and it was actually Otto that
Was robbing?
no
Oh.
that actually came down, shot the assailant, and let Dolly out of the closet that she was tied up in.
Okay, so you're kind of mixing, I think, some of the details up in the story.
Is that later?
You're mixing some of the details up.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So my mistake. But
But
that
it's-
was so that part was later, but the reason for the move was they thought it was haunted. Well, not they. Dolly was kind of convincing him that it was haunted.
Got it. So what I saw in my research was that his business was slowing down, and he wanted, which at the time, if you think about it, in the late 1818s or the 19s, early 1920s as well, that Los Angeles was this very up and coming city. Before the red car, Los Angeles was an armpit. There was barely anything. And now, when the red car came in, it grew rapidly, and it became the second gold rush of California out here. So he thought, I'm going to go out there and try to take advantage of this growing city and see if I can make a bigger business out there.
You know what Los Angeles isn't known for that most other states are? Houses with attics.
This is part of my story. Shut up. Okay, so, gosh, if you wanted to tell the story, you should have said it last season.
I know. Like I said, this is just
So
it's crazy.
So Dolly, we're going to move to Los Angeles. Dolly said on one condition, I get to pick the house. Because just as you pointed out, the one thing in Los Angeles that isn't pretty typical, I mean, we all have attics. We don't have tall enough attics that people can actually walk in.
No.
So if you think of Christmas Vacation, when, Clark goes up in the attic and then he gets trapped up there while they all go shopping and he's watching movies. We just don't have attics like that. You don't store things in attics here because we just don't have that type of space. But Dolly knew she had to have a tall attic. She had to have a regular big attic. So she found a house and then helped Otto, like, hey, here's some money. Go move out to Los Angeles. So Otto moved out ahead of them, waited for them to pack up and move out. Once they moved into their house, Otto went right back upstairs. So Otto was with them in L.A. I think it's cute how the family stayed together. Then on August 22nd, 1922, Otto overheard an argument going on between Fred and Dolly. And at some point, Otto believed that Dolly's life might be in jeopardy, so he came down from the attic. So the first time that Fred really now knows there's somebody up in the attic. And he grabbed two .25 caliber pistols and shot him.
Yeah, which I had to look up what a .25 caliber pistol is. It's not really common anymore.
This is something that's from back then.
But it's a tiny gun.
Yeah, it's the little tiny handguns,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Probably one, if you watch a lot of the older movies, those were the ones that they were usually shooting way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So so there was a struggle, and in the struggle, he ended up shooting Fred 3 times.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that was it.
Yes. Obviously, Fred did not last.
No.
He died.
Yeah.
So quickly, Dolly and Otto concocted a whole break-in story.
Right.
Otto locked her into the closet, threw away the key. Dolly gave him money and the watch, and then after he locked her in the closet, he went up to the attic and hid. Mm-hmm. The police showed up because neighbors heard the gunshots, so they called. And they looked around. They let Dolly out of the closet. And they suspected Dolly possibly had something to do with it, but they couldn't explain how she got locked in the closet and no key was found. And they also didn't know about the friend in the attic. So that provided the opportunity for Dolly to kind of get off scot-free at the moment. But there was always going to be an idea in the back of their head that Dolly may have had something to do with it. So Dolly did hire a lawyer. His name was Herman. Oh, gosh, what is his name? Herman Shapiro. And so she had him on, basically to represent her because, again, the police kept snooping around and all this stuff. During this time, by the way, because Otto no longer had to worry about sound, Dolly was nice enough to get him a typewriter. So he was able to type away up there day or night. Didn't matter. Now, do you think that Dolly just stuck it out with Otto? Do you think even Dolly said, hey, Otto, come down out of the attic. You can now live in my house and we can be together?
Oh, no. I know where she moved to.
Herman Shapiro was her next little fling. Otto remained up in the attic. By the way, Otto lived in the attic for 8 years in Los Angeles.
Gross.
Could you imagine on those hot nights?
Ugh.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, and I imagine when, we are spoiled here, but if it did dip below 55, I believe he'd be freezing his butt off too.
Yes, that is true. So Herman sort of grew suspicious when Dolly had handed him a diamond watch. It was the very watch that she claimed was stolen in the robbery when her husband was killed. So, of course, Herman was like, wasn't this and she came up with some flimsy excuse of, the robber must have dropped it outside the house. So that's how I got it back. She also asked a neighbor to try to bury one of the 25 caliber guns because, the memories, it's awful. Can you bury it? I want it to go away. So that's when Herman kind of went to the police and was like, I'm starting to suspect certain things. Things aren't adding up here. By the way, Dolly didn't have just Herman and Otto as a lover. She had another lover called Roy Klum. She was a...
Yeah, I briefly remember that, but I don't remember how he came into the picture.
So I don't know how she met him, and it doesn't really refer to that aspect, but Roy ultimately is the one who went and kind of ratted her out. He was one of the other ones that she gave the other pistol to.
That's it. That's what
right.
it was.
Yeah. And so she had asked him, can you get rid of this pistol for me? So he went to the police and was like, hey, this crazy ass bitch is kind of trying to...
Wow, that came
female
out
dog,
so
female
easy.
dog is also referred to as a bitch. It's okay.
Wow, the way that just slid right
out.
Just
I
so
know.
easily.
So,
like you use it all the time.
Actually, I really don't. Not that often. So so the police decided, okay, we're going to start looking into this once again. And eventually, as they recovered both guns, they were able to go back, even though the guns had somewhat been deteriorated, one being in the ground under dirt for a little while and so forth. They were able to determine that at least one of the guns was used in killing Fred. Dolly was arrested, and in the process of that, she told Herman, hey, can you go check out my vagabond half-brother who's up in the attic? Oh, by the way, there's somebody up in the attic. Could you check on him? Herman's like, what the hell? So naturally, hey, Otto. And so he came down and apparently probably hadn't really eaten in a while because he was rather thin and malnourished and all that because all this was going on and she was taken away.
Not to mention, he hasn't seen sunlight for a while. So he's not getting vitamin D.
He's probably getting agoraphobia. Is that what it's called? Where you're afraid of the sun?
I don't know.
I think that's what it's called.
Agoraphobia?
Look it up. I think that's what it is. Do you ever see the movie Benchwarmers?
I mean, like, when it came out, how long ago was that?
Oh, gosh. 25 years ago? 30 years ago?
Rob Schneider?
Yes, Rob Schneider and the guy who played Napoleon Dynamite.
And David Spade?
And David Spade. David Spade's brother in it. Apparently has agoraphobia. I think that's what it's called. And where he's afraid of the sun.
I don't remember that.
It's a funny movie.
I know.
It has a good, heartwarming message at the end. So the press certainly had a field day dubbing poor Otto as the Batman. Because he was up in the attic the whole time. Otto was tried and convicted of manslaughter, but ultimately released after the statute of limitations expired. He changed his name, moved to Canada, married, and eventually returned to Los Angeles, where he lived out his days in obscurity. Dolly's case ended up in a hung jury, with most jurors leaning towards acquittal. In 1936, all charges against her were dropped. She remained in Los Angeles until her death in 1961. She was 80 years old. And still, undeniably, the Queen of Los Angeles. Now you know why she got her nickname. You had that story last season and you could have shared it.
I could have.
But I'm still giving credit to Mike Bounds.
That's fine. Yeah. So,
but it is a crazy ass story.
Yes, it is. That's why I was gonna say it, but I don't know. I just I couldn't find a way to really write it up the way you did, I guess.
Well, what I did is I took all of the information and I put it in
Chat GPT.
and I threw it into Chat GPT and I was like, how can you make this more concise? and
yeah.
it did it. And so that helped. But there's a lot there.
Okay. Well, you want to hear mine?
I think we're done. So thank you for joining us. No, go ahead. I want to hear yours.
Okay. This one's fun. You actually might remember this one.
Meaning it's a goodie from the old days?
Yeah, the 80s.
Ah, unbelievable.
No, not
It's
really.
a great decade.
So this is about Andrea Yates. Born
Oh, yeah.
Andrea Kennedy.
I know that name.
Yeah.
I don't remember the details, so.
Oh, I'll get to those details.
Okay.
Don't fret none. She was born in Houston, Texas, 1964, to a German and Irish immigrant. She was actually the youngest of 5 children. So I'm basically going to be laying a foundation as to who she is mentally. And honestly, I was kind of shocked at this. In her teenage years, she suffered from bulimia and depression and would speak about committing self-deletion.
There's your term again, self-deletion. You came up with that?
No, I did not. YouTube is very clear about words they don't like.
You mean sua?
Yeah.
Sua deletion?
Yeah. Suideletion. And so teenage years, that would put her in late 70s, maybe early 80s, depending on what those teenage years were.
Well, she was born in 1961. 1964. Oh. She's 2 years older than me. So yes, in the 1980s she graduated in 82.
Yeah, so it's just interesting to hear like things like bulimia and depression. Like, what did you have going on to be depressed about at that point? But I guess
that's kind of interesting. I mean, bulimia was somewhat around because there was the eating disorder that Karen Carpenter had, and that of course was back in the 70s, early 80s. So, but as far as depression, we didn't really hear a lot of it back then. I don't remember hearing a lot of it.
Yeah. Well, I guess because social media wasn't around for people to tell everyone about it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
okay. That is true. That's another sad point.
So in 82, she graduated. You're right on there. She graduated class valedictorian.
She's a smarty.
So she's a smart gal. Captain of the swim team. So she's athletic.
Yeah.
And an officer in the National Honor Society.
Wow. She's shooting all the right stars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of weird how it went in this direction. She completed a 2-year nursing program at the University of Houston.
And remember, we talked about don't mess with nurses.
This is definitely
That
one
was
of those cases.
Episode 3.
Yep.
And one of those cases. Okay, keep going. I'm starting to think now.
Graduated from the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. From 86 to 94, she worked as a registered nurse.
Okay.
In 89, that's where she met Russell, or Rusty. I don't know how that comes about, but...
Well, that was about the time when 1983 when National Lampoon Vacation came out. Maybe he got the nickname from that.
Sure. Or he's got red hair. They didn't mention.
Huh. Okay.
But Russell Yates.
Russell Yates.
Or
Rusty.
Or Rusty. Rusty Yates. A NASA engineer. So
another smarty.
You got 2 smart people hooking up. You would think that'd be great for society, right? Yeah.
Well, obviously not in this case.
Not so much in this case. In 94, they had their first child, Noah. Oh, little Noah. Following the birth of their 4th child.
Oh, they got busy.
In 99, Andrea's depression resurfaced.
I hear that happens sometimes to ladies when they've had a child or 4.
Yeah, honestly, what's the big deal?
I
Jeez.
don't know.
Ladies, what's going on with you? God, get it together.
Wow,
Is something
you have
TC would
just
say.
now. Don't even project that onto me, mister. I did not say anything about that.
No, you say it all the time to me.
Lies. Go ahead.
So she was found shaking and chewing her fingers.
Ooh.
Yeah. And the next day, she tried to overdose on pills, leading to her being hospitalized and prescribed antidepressants. Which we
the
all
first
know.
2 weeks of taking antidepressants makes you more self-deletionable.
Hey,
Wait,
good
was that
job.
pretty good? Was that pretty good? Okay.
Yeah. You're learned in.
I've learned.
So soon after her release, she begged Rusty to just let her
Die?
die
No.
as she held a knife to her own neck.
Oh my gosh.
So this is after being released. So once again,
Obviously, the time in the hospital didn't help much.
and neither did the antidepressants. Soon after her release, she begged, yeah, and then once again she was hospitalized and then given a antipsychotic.
Getting heavier.
Yeah. So then, moving right along, about a month later, she had a nervous breakdown.
I wonder why.
It's all those female hormones is something you would say. Not me,
Again,
though.
why are you...
I know.
How dare you.
I'm just as shocked.
Shut up. Don't be projecting onto me.
So that resulted in 2 self-deletion attempts
Okay.
and 2 more psychiatric hospitalizations. I mean, she's basically punching a card at this point. I mean, at the end, she gets a free yogurt. She was then diagnosed.
That's horrible. Oh, gosh.
She was then diagnosed with postpartum psychosis, which I guess that's like the next evolutionary tier of postpartumness.
I wouldn't know that, but probably.
I wouldn't know either.
Are you going to project anything more onto me?
So Andrea's first psychiatrist, now this part's important, urged her and Rusty to not have any more children.
Well, geez, I wonder. That's probably a really good suggestion.
Do you think either one of them listened?
Oh, no.
So they conceived their 5th child
Oh, my gosh.
7 weeks after her discharge. So this guy loves crazy. That's what I'm gleaming off of all this. Is old Rusty, the NASA engineer, the guy who's sending things into space, he's into crazy.
Okay, but let's be clear here. There's book smarts
Yes.
and there's common sense smarts.
Correct.
And rarely does somebody have both.
Clearly, Rusty did not have the latter.
Correct. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, she seemed fine until March of 2001 when her father died.
Ooh, a tipping point.
Yeah. But she stopped taking her medication soon after, which caused her to not... I'm trying to think how to word this. She stopped feeding their baby, milk. And then she started to mutilate herself,
Oh.
which they weren't very descriptive on that. And I didn't really want to find out how she did, but I imagine there was cutting of
Yeah.
sorts.
Yeah. Yeah.
In April. So that
This
was
is-
in March of
This
2001.
is all slowly
Coming back.
Coming back. Andrea Yates. Okay, keep
So
going.
in April, so this happened in March when her father died.
Yep.
She goes off the deep end when she stopped taking her pills. In April, she was hospitalized, treated, and then released. Another punch to the card. We're getting there. In May, she went into a near catatonic state and filled the bathtub. She would confess to police that she actually planned to drown her children.
Yep.
Her psychiatrist determined she was, in fact, in a state of self-deletion.
Okay.
And yes. So her psychiatrist believed that Andrea was intending to use that filled bathtub for herself. Oh, so no worries, guys. She was just going to put herself in the tub.
Oh, so we're okay then.
Yeah, even though
The 5 children are safe.
even though Andrea actually told the police, like, oh no, that was for the kids. So
So she admits it, but the psychiatrist is like, oh, no, it's for her.
yeah, so just goes to show doctors know diddly. So that was in
But don't mess with nurses.
clearly not, because in June, so things are escalating here.
Yep.
In June, Rusty left for work, and Rusty's mother was supposed to come there to help watch the children. There was an hour in between.
The time that Rusty left and
Mom would
shows
show up.
Okay.
In that hour, Andrea filled the tub again, and one by one, she would drown her children.
Yep.
All 5 of her children. She called the police herself and confessed she waited for Rusty to leave to fill the tub and drown them. So she intended to do this.
Yes. I remember the case of Andrea Yates. Yep.
And I think her excuse, which is kind of what made this go somewhat sensational, was she did it to keep Satan from getting them.
Oh.
Something along those lines.
It's a commendable
Something
move,
I didn't really
guess.
kind of go over was all 5 of her kids had pretty biblical names.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So
they were quite religious. Like the first child was Noah. I forget what the other ones are, but they're definitely pulled from the Bible.
Okay.
So, and I just remember she said she did this to save them from Satan. So
It's nice that she thought that she
her
was
heart,
God.
her heart was in the right place.
In the right place?
She was trying to save them.
They're already saved by Jesus. They don't need to be saved by her.
Well, that's where she messed up.
Oh, my gosh.
So she,
wow.
So she called the police herself and confessed that she waited. And in 2002, a jury rejected the insanity plea and found her guilty. She was sentenced to life imprisonment with the possibility for parole in 40 years.
From 2002.
Yeah. So we're almost halfway there.
Wow.
However, she was later found not guilty by reason of insanity in 2006 and is currently in a low-security mental facility.
Unbelievable.
Womp womp. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I didn't remember all of the details, but yes, Andrea Yates. It really then came back, and it was, oh yeah, she killed her kids. So,
And you might be wondering how she managed to do all 5. Well, the easiest ones were obviously the youngest.
right.
The other ones did put up a struggle.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they were bigger. They were older.
The older one actually found one of the younger ones floating and
Wow.
didn't know what was happening and like asked mom like what's going on with, I can't remember the kid's name, so and yeah, She literally,
So that
she
was
literally,
Noah,
she,
I bet.
she literally chased him down and dragged him to the tub.
The visualization in my head is just horrific. That's just awful.
Yes, this is an awful person, and I gotta say, Rusty is a little to blame here because, dude,
Well, like, what the hell were you doing? Why didn't you pay attention?
this was like, I'm not gonna put down on religion here, but he was a very religious person that believed that they were meant to have many children. Okay, fine, I get that, but
Were they of a particular religion?
something.
That really narrows it down. Thank you.
It was one of the ones with the, Jesus.
Well, Jesus is attached to a lot of them. Yes, that is true. But
Yeah, so it's one of those.
but I will tell you right now,
It's in a book.
there's no biblical foundation that encourages
Children.
a bunch of children.
Yeah. So I don't remember which one
there
it is.
are people who get caught up in
Yeah.
cult-like worship membership to a church, not necessarily to God, and that's where they get mixed up in their beliefs, and then you have crap like this that happens.
Yeah.
And it's not a God thing. That's a religion, man-made religion thing, and that's on them.
Like you said, very book smart guy,
Yeah.
man of science, NASA engineer, but for whatever reason, too dumb to just stop having kids
Right.
with his crazy wife.
Right. And here's the deal. And I'm not an expert when it comes to mental health illness and all that stuff. But I will say this, having gone in my past through adrenal fatigue, I learned a lot more about hormones and neurotransmitters and all that, and how they can be easily impacted in your life based on stressful situations, losing somebody. I lost my dad, and then on top of it, I had a very stressful work situation at the time. And all of that can lead to your neurotransmitters and your hormones getting kind of pushed out of whack, which end up causing my adrenal glands to get, to the point of fatigue.
But you didn't drown any children.
No, but if I had some, I probably would. No, I'm just kidding. I would not. But no, I would not. Oh, project, so shut up. But my point is that I thankfully went to a doctor's group that helped me to do the right testing to find out where I was messed up on my hormones or my neurotransmitters. And I addressed those things through natural means. And today I'm fine. So.
Yes, but they actually had a brain doctor tell them, hey, stop having kids. That's my medical profession.
Right.
And maybe she'll stop going nuts. And they could not listen.
Well, but at least from what I do know, pregnancies do mess up a woman's hormones. So it's not, yes, that was great advice from the doctor at that one moment in time, but it still did not address the fact that her hormones were messed up.
Right. But it's like, hey, here's where you are on the crazy scale. If you keep having kids,
well, yeah, you're just gonna push it way over.
It's just gonna woo.
Yeah.
So maybe we can maintain the nuttiness right here, but any more kids, and that's
but
it.
it
We
does
can't
take
help.
two to tango, so it isn't just him. She also went along
yes,
with
she
it.
is very much to blame.
She also
here.
went along with it as well. So, yeah, there was a lot of bad decisions there for sure,
Yes.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
And ultimately, now 5 kids are gone.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sad.
that is sad.
Well, I have a very happy story.
Well, please shower us with joy.
And if you have heard this story, I'm going to just take that knife and I'm going to...
What? Please describe to everyone what you're going to do with the knife.
I'm going to help to carefully manicure that shirt of yours much better, because I do like that shirt. It's a very nice shirt.
Thank you. Because you were you were not caring for the one with parrots. So I thought, okay, well, I don't want to offend you, so I'll go with flamingos.
Well, the Coco shirt was good. Okay, so this is a wonderful story out of the state of Florida.
Hold on. Better?
That was better.
Yeah.
That was better. Not as good as the, now that you've mentioned it, the
Well,
porpoise sound from SpongeBob.
I'm hoping we can eventually afford some kind of a soundboard so I could just push a button.
Yes, we'll work on that. I do think we should. So our story is in Florida, and I know we've had plenty of POS stories that have come out of Florida. We did actually have one, I remember now, a couple episodes ago, I think, in this season. But you've actually been very kind. It's very interesting that you have stayed away from the state of Florida so far this season.
You want to know the main reason? Because I didn't have the sound effect.
Really? That's what's keeping you back?
Yeah. If I had that sound effect, sorry, Florida, but all bets are off.
Okay, then let's hopefully we don't get the sound machine, because then you're going to get a bunch of them.
Oh, we got to get like a GoFundMe set up.
So this is a great, loving story. I think this is so awesome. So this little, and as I kind of started out with my notes here, I wanted to make a point, like 3 bullet points about the fact that we pick on Florida a lot. We have a lot of stories that come from there that are POS stories. But this is actually a very positive one, and I think it's awesome. It takes place in Pensacola, Florida, where a 78-year-old man by the name of Charlie Hicks would frequent on a regular basis a place called the Shrimp Basket. Are you envisioning what this restaurant might look like?
I'm wondering if I know this story. I don't think I do, but it sounds eerily familiar. So maybe I don't.
I am now very irritated and will do the rest of this story in complete disgust.
I can't help it if I am just on the internet too much, okay?
Apparently way too much. Maybe you should focus a little more on your job than being on the internet all the time.
Yeah, could do that.
But why?
Yeah. Focus on my job, pay attention to my wife. Yeah, sure. Like, it's so easy.
Somehow I don't think you can ignore Lisa. Okay, so Charlie wouldn't just frequent this place. He's been there basically every day for 10 years. And he doesn't go just once, he goes twice. And he orders the same thing each time. His order at the Shrimp Basket is gumbo, which I love gumbo. So I'm fine with that. Some rice. Did you just give a disgusting face?
I hate seafood. Which I know, if you remember, I eat sushi with a fork, but I eat like the lamest sushi. I mean, like...
Which, by the way, if we do go to Japan, because I know we did talk about it, so if we do go to Japan together, I'm going to definitely video you eating sushi.
I don't want the Yakuza coming after me, so...
Oh, so you go ahead and say the name correctly of the mafia over there. Thank you.
I will honor their traditions while in their country, but over here, I'm eating it with a fork.
Drowning it in soy sauce.
And ginger. Like Americans do.
Okay. We're going to go to Japan for sure now. I definitely want to go to
paying.
Japan. Oh, what? I think your wife can treat us both. So he would order gumbo, some rice, but no crackers. Okay, I'm good with that. I would probably do the same. Although I would probably take all the rice that comes with it normally. Now, this is a recent story, so I don't know if you heard it, but maybe
that's
you have.
why.
Yeah, shut up. Okay. In September of 2025, Charlie didn't show up one day.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me?
Definitely heard this one.
I hate you.
Hey, they haven't, so you tell them. Go ahead.
So he didn't show up the first day. He didn't show up the second day. That's when the staff became concerned. I just look at your face and I just know. So the chef and manager of Shrimp Basket, Chef Donald Stallworth, told the CBS News outlet in his interview with the station that Mr. Hicks don't miss no days. I'm taking it word for word. I knew then something was wrong. The staff then called Hicks on the phone and discovered that he had not been feeling unwell. Okay. Got it. It does happen. We all get sick, right? What happens next?
I don't want to spoil it.
So staff leader Denise Galloway then brought his gumbo to his apartment, with Hicks requesting she leave the food outside the door so she didn't contact any infection. Go ahead. Anyways,
this is 2025, so
hey, there are still people getting diagnosed with COVID today. I don't know why, but they are. So however, after 2 days of delivering the gumbo, the coworkers didn't hear back from Charlie. Like that, something's not right. So in the middle of the shift, Chef Donald drove to Charlie's place and knocked on the door repeatedly, but he didn't answer. So right about the time when Chef Donald was turning around to leave, he heard a faint voice yell out, "Help." And then Chef Donald opened the door. Obviously, it must have been unlocked. And he saw that Charlie was lying on the ground. And while he didn't know the condition, he just knew that this was pretty scary right at that part. So while it's unknown how long Charlie had been on the floor, it was discovered that he had sustained 2 broken ribs and was dehydrated. You knew that too?
Not about the broken ribs.
Okay. So
I just knew that he was on the floor.
So after being taken to the hospital, staff of the Shrimp Basket made it a point that Charlie receive his gumbo. I just love this staff. This is a great staff. The workers then found him a new apartment that was right next to the restaurant. They wanted to make sure that the residence was in good condition before Charlie moved in. Again, these are awesome people to just simply do this. As Chef Donald told Charlie, "I'm glad to have you back, buddy," when he entered the restaurant for the first time since his accident. "We made a connection," Charlie told CBS News. "We made a connection." Chef Donald added that Charlie living next to the restaurant is the best thing going. He's that uncle, he added. He's that grandfather. He's that best friend. He's all in one. In a statement to People magazine, Shrimp Basket said how one of their values is that people matter, and adding that they encourage their staff to live that every day, and not only with guests inside our 4 walls, but also the communities we call home. I think that's a great value.
Oh, yeah.
Donald's actions are a powerful example of that value in action. Their statement read, "We are incredibly proud of him and the entire team at this location for the way they show up and take care of their guests." They added, "Since the story was shared, we've heard so many stories from across our locations with team members recognizing their own Mr. Hicks and finding meaningful ways to show up for them and others in their neighborhoods. That's who we are." So applause goes to Shrimp Basket, I think, and not just Shrimp Basket as a company, but all the people in this location who went above and beyond for this elderly man that, if Chef Donald had not gone over when he did, probably would not be here today.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it didn't say anything about any family, that he had living or anything like that. All I know is that I think that's not everybody has family around them, especially as you get older. And it is great when you have other human beings who look out for you and become your chosen family to help you out, especially in times of need like that. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
You knew that story.
I did know that story. But hey, you know who else treats you like family? Olive Garden.
I'm sorry, what? Did you say Olive Garden?
Yeah.
Don't tell me the stupid marketing slogan.
It's in their tagline.
When you're here, your family.
Yeah.
Although they have great salad, and I do love their breadsticks.
I mean, that's really the only thing they got going for them.
Their salad and their breadsticks.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys give that up, and
You're going down.
You just shut the doors.
Well, I hope that this episode still was good, even though he ruined both of my stories.
I'm sorry.
I don't even know what to say at this point.
I'll just stay off the internet from now on.
Would you please? Damn it. Gosh. Now your shirt sucks.
Aw. See,
No.
that's the TC I know.
Oh, there we go. The TC I know and love. That's great. Well, I don't have anything more to add. Do you have anything, any follow-up?
Nah.
Any more details of my stories you want to share?
No. That will be it for today's episode.
But as you can see, honestly, we don't share our stories. So it is going to be times. I mean, he did bring a story. I think it was in season 1 that I knew quite a bit of the details. You had a few little new details with it, but I knew pretty much, the one I'm talking about, Smollett.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I think everyone kind of knew that, but it was the added details and kind of where it ended up. I think that was kind of interesting. That's why I brought up the story.
True.
Yeah. So anyway, looks like that's all we got for today's
That's
episode.
all we got.
So sorry. Or if you really enjoyed it, you're welcome.
And tell us what you think of his shirt. Is this one your favorite one so far out of the season? I mean, I think I'm leaning towards this one.
I think at the end of the season, I'm going to do a little compilation of all the shirts, and then we can vote on the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for now, please just like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family. Watch this episode again. Just keep the view count going.
And be sure to comment, by the way. I mean, anything that you want to go ahead and share if you're watching it on YouTube and not necessarily listening to it, please share. Because what that does is it also helps with our algorithms in getting more people to hopefully come across our show.
Yeah.
So
If more people watch, then we can maybe get monetized and we can
And
start
then-
affording soundboards.
Yes.
Ooh.
And then you will hear all sorts of sound effects.
Yeah. Anyway.
We will not give that to Tom. So thanks for joining us today, and we hope that you will, again, please continue to check us out. Usually we try to get an episode out once a week, and now that we're doing the new format, we may just continue on as time permits, just keep going and not necessarily have a hard break. We'll see how things go.
Yeah. And until next time, be good humans. For F's sake.
I think I was supposed to close.
Nope.
Damn it. I keep getting that wrong. Okay, goodbye.